The wind howled menacingly as the tall, decrepit house loomed over Blackwood Lane. It stood like a shadowy sentinel, casting a long, dark shadow over the small, quiet town of Ashford. The locals spoke in hushed tones about the house, telling chilling tales of eerie voices that whispered from within. No one dared to venture close, and no one had ever set foot inside. One day, a young man named Daniel moved to Ashford. Unfamiliar with the town's legends and eager to explore its mysteries, he was captivated by the sinister-looking house on Blackwood Lane. He often found himself drawn to the house, staring at its blackened windows and imagining what lay within. As the days turned to weeks, Daniel's curiosity about the house only grew stronger. He would hear the locals whisper about the house at the local pub or the grocery store. They shared stories of how the previous owners vanished without a trace, and how the house seemed to whisper ominous secrets to those brave enough to venture near. One day, Daniel could no longer resist the urge to explore the house. He decided to go alone, not wanting to involve anyone else in his morbid curiosity. He approached the house on a moonlit night, the wind whispering through the trees and the shadows dancing across the ground. As Daniel stood before the decaying entrance, he felt a chill run down his spine. The old wooden door seemed to beckon him, inviting him to uncover the secrets hidden within. He took a deep breath, gripped the rusted doorknob, and pushed the door open. The house was cold and damp, filled with the scent of decay and mildew. It was silent, save for the creaking of the floorboards beneath his feet. He began to explore the house, his flashlight illuminating the peeling wallpaper and dusty furniture. As Daniel ventured deeper into the house, he began to hear strange, unintelligible whispers echoing through the halls. He couldn't make out the words, but he felt a sinister presence surrounding him. He felt as if the house was speaking to him, attempting to reveal its dark secrets. He found himself drawn to a locked door at the end of a long hallway. The whispers seemed to grow louder, urging him to open the door. He searched the house for a key and finally discovered it hidden within a dusty, old book. With the key in hand, Daniel unlocked the door and pushed it open. The room was darker than the rest of the house, as if the shadows were alive and consuming the light. The whispers seemed to come from every direction, almost deafening in their intensity. In the center of the room, he found a large, antique mirror covered in a thick layer of dust. He felt drawn to the mirror, as if it was the source of the whispers. He wiped away the dust, revealing a reflection of the room that was not his own. As Daniel gazed into the mirror, the whispers coalesced into a single voice, a woman's voice, filled with sorrow and regret. She began to tell her story. Her name was Elizabeth, and she had lived in the house long ago with her husband, Thomas, and their daughter, Lily. One fateful night, Thomas, consumed by jealousy and rage, had murdered Elizabeth and Lily. Their spirits were trapped within the house, unable to move on. The mirror had captured their last moments and imprisoned their souls, forever forced to relive their tragic fate. The spirit of Elizabeth pleaded with Daniel to help her and her daughter find peace. She revealed that Thomas's spirit was also trapped in the house, fueled by anger and malevolence. The whispers that haunted the house were the echoes of their eternal torment. Daniel, overwhelmed with compassion and determination, vowed to help Elizabeth and Lily. He asked what he needed to do to free their souls. Elizabeth explained that the mirror must be destroyed, severing the connection to their tormented past. As Daniel lifted a heavy, rusted candlestick, prepared to shatter the mirror, the house began to shake violently. The wind howled, and the shadows seemed to come alive, writhing and twisting around him. The voice of Thomas boomed through the house, furious at the thought of losing his control over Elizabeth and Lily's souls. Thomas's spirit manifested as a dark, menacing figure lunging towards Daniel. He fought against the shadowy apparition, fueled by his determination to save the trapped souls. The battle between Daniel and Thomas's spirit raged throughout the house. The walls seemed to close in, the whispers growing louder and more chaotic. Daniel, his strength waning, knew he had one final chance to destroy the mirror and free Elizabeth and Lily. With a surge of adrenaline, Daniel broke free from Thomas's grip and swung the candlestick with all his might. The mirror shattered, sending shards of glass flying through the air. The house fell silent, and the shadows receded, leaving only moonlight streaming through the broken windows. Daniel stood in the now silent room, his chest heaving from the exertion. The whispers were gone, replaced by a peaceful quiet. He knew he had freed the trapped souls and helped them find the peace they so desperately craved. As he left the house, the sun began to rise, casting warm, golden light over Blackwood Lane. The house no longer loomed over the town, its sinister presence finally laid to rest. Daniel knew that he had changed the fate of the house, and in doing so, had changed his own life forever. From that day on, the house on Blackwood Lane was known as a place of redemption and hope. And the town of Ashford, forever grateful to Daniel, remembered the tale of the Whispering House as a reminder of the power of compassion and the strength of the human spirit.